Welcome back. In this section, we will learn about building a layout component. So this is our application that we have created using Create React App. I'll just copy this app.js component file and paste it here. I'll rename it as layout.js. I'll rename the app here with the layout. So this is our layout component. So remove everything that is already in this component. So this class name refers to the CSS class name, so I'll call it layout also. I'll just remove these unused imports. Okay, so inside our layout component, we would have another div and which will be the header of our application. So I'll give it a class name of header. I'll copy it because we'll have three divs, one for the header, one for the footer, and one for the app content. So inside the header, I'll just have a h1 tag and I'll call it header. I'll copy and paste this h1 tag here in the footer and content. So I'm using indentation and give them a line space so it looks understandable. So once we have created this component layout, I'll go back to my app component. I'll remove everything that was here previously and I'll import my layout component here in app component. So import layout from dot slash layout. And inside this app component, I'll have my layout component. So I'll bring up the terminal to run the application. For that, we will use the script start. So I'll type npm run start, or you can simply use npm start. It will trigger the start script and will start our server. So app is running. Here you can see that we have the header, the content, and the footer. So next we'll use CSS to place the footer on the end, header on the top, and content in between. So I'll go back to app.css file and will remove everything that was here previously. I'll leave this app class because we have this class name referred over here. So for app.cs, we'll set the height to 100%, width our app to 100%. I'll bring my browser window to the right so we can see the changes of the effects of changing the CSS file. So I'll add a class for the layout component. I'll set height to 100%, width to 100%. I'll set the display to flex and flex direction column. So we are using Flexbox layout. So if you don't already know about the Flexbox layout, go and learn a little bit about the Flexbox layout. It is used for building responsive websites. I'll add a property justify content space between. So it will align the content with the equal space between them. So here we can see that even after we have added the width height to 100% of the app and the layout, it is not taking all the available space. This is because we would have to go into the index.cs. Uh, so all of this is contained inside our body. So we'll have to add height 100% to the body div also. And the body is contained inside the HTML and root element. So we'll have to set the height of these to 100% also. So um, I would replace this with a semicolon. Okay. So now you can see that it is taking all the available space. Next, I'll add a class for the header, a class for footer, and a class for our application's content. I'll set height of the header to 10% of the available space, height of content to 80%, height of the footer would be also 10%, and width will be 100% for all these divs. Okay, so I'll add a background color for you to get a better understanding of the space that each div is taking. Okay, so once we click save, you can see that the 10% of the screen is occupied by the header. The footer is also occupying the 10% of the screen, and 80% of the screen is occupied by the content of our application. So we have built the layout of our app. In next video, we'll go through a brief recap of what we have learned in this section, and there would also be a challenge for you guys. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.